Hi everyone and welcome to a quick video on the Canon EOS 80D. Now the EOS 80D was announced about 2 or 3 days ago and I just thought I'd run a quick run through the specs and my thoughts and obviously see what you think about it, and you can obviously leave your comments below. I don't know if you've heard about the Canon EOS 80D, but if you haven't, you are going to now. So basically it's going to, there's about 5 or 6 key points. It's going to have a 24 megapixel sensor, whereas the Canon EOS 70D only has a 20 megapixel. So it's going to be slightly better sensor. It's going to be the Digic 6 processor, so it should handle noise better. Hopefully, I'm hoping for at least one full stop. That'd be great, one good quality full stop, if not a stop and a half, but one stop would be fantastic. It's also got an improved dual pixel AF technology, so it'll even be better than the 70D at video. Now there's nothing wrong with the 70D for video, it's absolutely outstanding and does a fantastic job. I'm delighted with it. One of the drawbacks to the 70D for me would be slightly better ISO performance and 1080p at 60 frames. Well, good news, the Canon EOS 80D is going to do 60 frames at 1080p. Only in the IPB codec, not in the All-I, but that's irrelevant. I've shot All-I and IPB, and I've read that using All-I is better, but then I've also read that IPB, you can't tell difference. I've tried the both extensively, and I can't tell the difference either. So you're going to get 1080p at 60 frames, you're going to get an improved dual pixel AF focus system, which is going to be better than the 70D, and there's nothing wrong with the 70D's focus system anyway, apart from that when you're taking stills through the viewfinder, I find it quite crap, and I know a lot of other people do. Hopefully they'll have improved on that. It's going to have 45 focus points, all cross type, so that's going to be fantastic for people, well, not just sports photographers, but studio, whatever, but having more focus points, especially that are cross type, it's going to be absolutely a real game changer, especially for a Canon, because Nikon have been doing stuff like that for ages. So there's another bullet point to the Canon. Another is a new nano motor. It's meant to basically help focus so that you get faster and smoother focus. But from what I'm led to believe, it only sort of works with the STM lenses. It won't work with your older lenses. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm quite confident on that. So it's really no good to me, but it is worth mentioning. It is a new feature. If you're going to use the kit lens that comes with it, which will be the 18-135 STM lens, but it is f3.5 to 5.6. They've also brought out a little, I can't remember the name of it now, but it clips on the bottom underneath the lens, and then you've got a W and a T, so you can zoom in and zoom out digitally, and it turns the ring on your lens. But again, I think it only works on the STM lenses, so it would have been fantastic if it would work with the lenses, the L lenses and all the other lenses would have been great. I don't think it's going to do that. I'm sure Yongao will probably bring one out that will when they see it, but for now I think the Canon one's not going to do that. It's got an ISO range, I think, from 100 to 25,600 default, but I don't think you'd better use the ISO. Maybe for stills you might get away with it, but for video definitely not. And I think that's it. They're the main bullet points. There's a few negatives in there, as we're not seeing 4K, which is a little bit upsetting considering people have been putting it in the cameras now for 2 or 3 years. But they're not going to put you everything in one package. There could be dual card slots, would be nice. They're not there either, so that's a bit of a... If you look at the Nikon D7000 and the 7100 and the 7200, we've got dual card slots on them all. We've got great ISO performance on them. But then on the other hand, we've got stuff where we can't use the aperture in live view. You've got to come out of live view, change your aperture, well we can on the Canon. We've got the dual pixel AF technology, which nobody touches that. The 70D absolutely kicks ass in that department for videographers. So it's a catch-22. I'm quite happy. I'm going to buy one. definitely going to buy one because I need an extra camera for video, and I'm going to buy one mainly because of the 60 frames. I want that 60 frames so that if I want to do a couple of slow motion shots and a couple of glide cam shots, I've got the opportunity to slow them down and make it look more intimate. But to be fair, I am very good with my new glide cam. I bought a new Lang P4S 200 quid glide cam. I'm going to review it very shortly. I'm very good with that. I don't really have to slow it down, but it is nice to have the opportunity to slow it down because you can make it look like if you're on your glide cam and you're going like this and you're walking sideways, you can slow it down and stabilise it and make it look like you're actually on a dolly or something like that. So I'll be buying the 80D. Is it a big difference to the 70D? Probably not, but the 70D really wasn't a big difference to the 60D apart from the dual pixel AF technology and slightly better ISO performance. So we'll just have to see. Is it worth the upgrade from the 70D? For me it is, because it does 60 frames. That one thing alone would be worth it to me. It's a Digic 6 processor, so I know it'll be a stock better than the 70D. I won't be upgrading the 70D, by the way. I'm going to buy an 80D as well. I'll keep the 70D. Unless the 80D blows it clean out of the water, then I'll just have an 80D and two 70Ds. By the way, I'm videoing this, and the review's coming up shortly, of the Canon 760D. It's the first time I've ever used it, and it seems to be focusing pretty well when I'm moving in and out. I bought a Panasonic G5 Micro Four Thirds camera, which I heard were the dog nuts for video. Bought it, videoed at 4K in the garden, blew me away. You could crop 4K in when you did a 1080p video. You could bring it in 160%, 70%, zoom it in, it never lost no detail. Soon as you dropped to 1080p, it were really mushy and crap. And when you got above 600 ISO, 400, 800, like this is 800 now, it really went mushy. It was absolutely, it was terrible. So I took it straight back, and the only other camera that would do 60 frames would be the 7D Mark II, and I've had one of them. And I want the articulated screen and the touch screen, so I ended up settling with the 760D. I'll say it again, as I always do. Thanks for watching. Please comment and subscribe, and there's going to be another 2-3 videos coming up over the next few days on some interesting stuff, so stay tuned.